Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu is in the radar again, and just like every other sane human being, he has every right to showcase his frustration and vent his anger where necessary. One would have expected, judging the fact that he has put in so much expectations and funds, he shouldn't still be in detention. But as we speak, he's still very much in DSS detention. Hence, there seems to be full information that Nnamdi Kanu is already frustrated and contemplates firing some of his lawyers. In the moment, we're going to find out who, why, when, and the internal squabbles going within the legal team. But before we go into the news proper to find out what is going on, like and subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. What the detained lawyer, I take that again, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, Nnamdi Kanu, is considering overhauling his legal team. There's infighting within the legal team, and Kanu is dissatisfied with the factions contending to represent him and the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob. It was gathered that the conflict and relevant battle is largely between barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor and barrister Aloy Ejimako. Kanu's brother Kingsley Kanu is also siding with Ejimako. Earlier, following Ejiofor's misunderstanding with Bruce Fein, Kanu's American attorney, the international lawyer, was excluded from on-the-ground legal activities in Nigeria. Some of these people are fighting for superiority, fame, and money, and not that they can do the job even better than what has been done, while others are merely using the Ipob name, that's Indigenous People of Biafran's name, and Kanu to fleece people who have been donating towards his cause. He's seriously worried to the point of accusing some of these people of working for pecuniary interest and not for indigenous people of Biafran's interest, and he's contemplating firing some of those lawyers, a close source told the press. Recently, the Court of Appeal in Abuja struck out the terrorism charges filed against Kanu by the Nigerian government and ordered his release from the custody of the Department of State Service (SSS). The court said that the indigenous people of Biafran leader was extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria and that the action was a flagrant violation of the country's extradition treaty and also a breach of his fundamental human rights. But Nigeria's Attorney General and Minister for Justice Abubakar Malami argued that the court only discharged Kanu and did not acquit him. Now, this infighting has been a lot of Nigerians have been reacting to this, but before we go to the reaction, let's look at some of the big wins, okay? The whole thing zeroes down between Aloy Ejimako, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is Nnamdi Kanu's brother. Okay, but a quick one. There's a difference, really, between Aloy Ejimako and Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Ifeanyi Ejiofor and the senior advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ezehume, have been in the forefront of the terrorism fight, the rendition, extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigerian fight, and thus far, ever since the inclusion of Mike Ezehume, there have been great improvement, I must say. And the last one that was won on that ground of Mike Ezehume, getting that feat. Of course, the federal government had an appeal that still refused Nnamdi Kanu from being released. Okay, so it was a win, even though it was not carried out, executed, but was still a win. Now, that's a fraction for Nnamdi Kanu lawyers. There's another fraction which is done by Aloy Ejimako, and that, I must confess, Aloy Ejimako have been winning. There's a 1 billion naira case that Aloy Ejimako won on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. I think it's the Umuahia Court of Appeal. Yes, he won 1 billion, although the federal government is yet to redeem that pledge or redeem that particular order. But then there's a win. There's another win, also another win of 200,000 naira. He won on behalf of Ipob members that were detained on that same castle, and also on the grounds of Nnamdi Kanu. He also won that, and before now, prior to this case, there was at the beginning when they were saying that Nnamdi Kanu had jumped bail and all that. Aloy was actually in charge, okay, before a final judge came in. But also along the line to Bruce Fein was always coming in when he was actually contracted. He was always coming in, but after a while there was this internal fracas. They managed to manage the situation, and going forward, Bruce Fein was not, so to speak. Well, personally, I thought it was a case of waste of resources and funds. Every time Bruce Fein comes down to Nigeria, they don't allow him into the court. So what's the sense of always playing his flight and all that, since he will still not be able to get into the court? So hence, I perceive, that was why Ifeanyi Ejiofor said, okay, why not keep doing your thing internationally? Let's look for a local person who understands the dynamics of our legal system, that is a legal luminary that can give us what we're looking for. Eventually he did. But it's all normal, because Nnamdi Kanu is a human being. It's not a spirit. For all these legal luminaries, the international luminary, legal luminary, Mike Ezeome, which is a luminary, a giant for that matter in Nigeria, senior advocate of Nigeria for that matter, and Ejiofor, who has been in the system with him for a very, very long time. In fact, more like a brotherly system thing now. Kenyatta has been at the corner. Aloy Ejiofor has also been there, and all these legal teams from other parts, I still have not been able to bring him out of this situation. It's almost frustrating, and some persons are wondering what is going on. Alright, let's just feel the pulse of Nigerians, because I just feel that he's a human being. He's bound to at some point, feel the frustration, and always being locked up. It's not even sane it's not good for a sane mind to always be locked up and all that. This is a man who's used to moving around, having his freedom, being locked up, and only having access to humans only when his lawyers are coming around. It's almost frustrating. Thus far, that he has never reacted. Honestly, I look at him as superhuman on that. So it's actually normal for him to react. But of course, Nigerians are reacting to this. Let's just take one or two reactions and we'll wrap this up. This one here is saying, lawyers are not magicians. They can't do the impossible. Yes. And honestly, let's say this here. Let me quickly clear this here. These guys have done super jobs. So, Aloy Ejiofor winning that amount of money on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu in the legal system. Give it to him. He did superlatively well. Though it has not been redeemed, but I can assure you he has done well for a lawyer. And the fact that Mike Ezeome came in and was able to turn the case around, so say thumb up. It's so fortunate that some of those cases have not been executed, or the result of those cases have not been executed. Doesn't mean there have not been wins. There have been a lot of wins, I must say. There have been a lot of big wins from the legal team. You should celebrate them. I know how it feels like expecting that by now you should actually be free and you're not. But those guys are really doing a great job. Personal opinion now. This one here is saying, no matter how they fight, they are still better than Nigerian problems. Alright, let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take?